Taking a live look at radar right now, there's not a whole lot of activity happening in our area, and that'll likely be the trend now going for the next few hours. Going to be dry for the next few hours, so if you have any evening plans to finish the weekend off, you should be in the clear, although we do have some thunderstorms now brewing over into southern Minnesota. Even have a severe thunderstorm warning on one of those, likely for some stronger wind gusts and some possibly smaller hailstones within that. That'll continue to move further to the east, eventually making it into our area, likely until about midnight. That's when we'll likely start to see some effects from that, and really which should be lingering on into the early morning hours. So if you're an early riser and you have to get to work a little bit earlier on, especially if you're south of I-94, there could still be some stronger rain in the area around 5, 6 in the morning. After that batch will be moving out, but then we'll likely have another line of scattered thunderstorms forming sometime closer to about the noon hour, if not a little bit earlier on. The best chance for these is really going to be I-94 and southward, especially closer to the I-90 corridor, and those really just linger along that boundary. They're not moving a whole lot, so we could see some heavier rain amounts in these areas because, again, still looking now at 7 p.m., those thunderstorms really haven't moved a whole lot. They'll likely be out of the area as we go into the night tomorrow, and then by Tuesday morning, we should be in the clear, although that low pressure is still going to be somewhat close off to our southeast, so we could still have a few light showers circulating in for the next few days. But tomorrow is really looking like we have the heaviest chance for that heavy rain. Here's the totals going in for the morning portion. Likely more showers with possibly a couple thunderstorms embedded in it, so the rain totals could still be high in some spots where we see some of that thunderstorm activity, but really most of the area looking to see around 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Once we start to see that scattered thunderstorm activity, though, in the later afternoon hours, that's when we can start to see a few more local areas where possibly amounts get closer to 1 inch, 1.5 inches, if not a little bit more. Not really tracking any severe weather, but again, the heavy rain is really going to be able to produce some strong downpours as we go throughout tomorrow afternoon. And then, as I said, that low pressure system really is just going to be slowly moving away from us, so we'll likely still see some effects of it circulating some additional lighter showers into the area, especially for folks further south going into Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. Chances are low, but not zero. And then for the rest of the week, we should really start to dry off. Tonight, then, when you're waking up in the morning, temperatures pretty much where they have been, 60 degrees in La Crosse, 58 in Eau Claire. Tomorrow's highs to start your week off actually could get quite warm for some of us further south. 77, upper 70s for folks further south, 72 in Eau Claire, a little bit cooler to the north. As we go throughout the rest of the week, then we're staying somewhat close to our average high of 74 for now, but as we get towards the end of the week, that average is actually going to be falling back down to about 71, so our averages really start to tank a little bit as we get towards the end of September. So that 78 on Friday is actually going to be around 70, or not 77 degrees above average. Kind of warm for the end of September, but overall not that scorching summer heat.
I'm kind of ready for the fall weather.
Me too. I need it to settle in, but we're
glad
getting close.
It's getting there. All right, thank you, Nicole.